Hey, do you ever feel tired, drained, or just stuck in a routine that's slowly stealing your energy? What if I told you that with just a few small habits every single day, you could completely transform your body, mind, and energy levels? Stay with me, because today I'm going to show you how to take control of your health and start feeling unstoppable.
Let's talk about mornings and why the way you start your day can literally set the tone for everything that follows. Most people underestimate the power of a morning routine, but the truth is, the first hour after you wake up has an outsized impact on your energy, mood, and productivity. Imagine waking up feeling sluggish, immediately reaching for your phone, scrolling through notifications, and then grabbing coffee just to survive the morning. That pattern might feel normal, but it's slowly draining your energy and shaping your day in a reactive way instead of an intentional one. Instead, consider shifting your focus to small, intentional habits that don't require a huge time commitment but completely change how you feel. Drinking a full glass of water as soon as you wake up is one of the simplest yet most effective habits you can adopt. Your body has been fasting overnight, and rehydrating immediately helps kickstart your metabolism, improves digestion, and starts replenishing your cells after hours without water. Pairing that with a few deep breaths or some gentle stretching can make your body and mind feel more awake and present, giving you a sense of calm and focus that carries into the rest of your day. You don't have to run 5 miles or meditate for an hour to see results. Even 5 minutes of mindful movement or slow, intentional breaths can create a noticeable shift in how you feel physically and mentally. Another key part of a strong morning habit is setting the tone for your mindset. Instead of diving straight into emails or social media, take a moment to reflect, set an intention, or simply notice how you feel. This small pause gives your brain a chance to prepare for the day, creating clarity and reducing the stress that comes from jumping straight into chaos. Incorporating a habit like this makes your mornings feel less rushed and more controlled, giving you a mental advantage before the world starts demanding your attention. Over time, these small practices compound in ways that might surprise you. You'll notice higher energy levels, improved focus, and even a better mood throughout the day. The morning sets the foundation for every choice you make after that. What you eat, how you move, how you respond to challenges. And when you start the day with intention, everything else becomes easier. You're essentially creating a ripple effect that influences your physical health, mental clarity, and emotional resilience. It's about showing up for yourself first, even before the world does. The consistency of these small habits like hydrating, stretching, breathing deeply, and setting an intention becomes a framework for success. You'll start to see that mornings are no longer something to survive, but an opportunity to charge your energy, center your mind, and prime yourself for a day that aligns with your goals, values, and priorities.
Eating healthy isn't about depriving yourself or following some impossible strict diet. It's about making choices that actually fuel your body and mind so you feel better, have more energy, and can show up fully in your life. When you think about food, consider it as more than just calories or taste. Every meal is an opportunity to nourish your cells, strengthen your immune system, and give yourself the energy you need to tackle your day. Prioritizing whole foods like fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats is one of the most effective habits you can develop because these foods provide real nutrients instead of empty calories that leave you feeling sluggish or craving more. It's not about being perfect. It's about creating balance and making healthier choices more often than not, which over time adds up to big changes in how you feel physically and mentally. Meal planning is a surprisingly simple habit that can completely change the way you approach eating, because when you have a plan, you remove the stress and decision fatigue that often leads to grabbing whatever is convenient, like processed snacks or fast food. Even taking just 10 minutes to plan your meals or prep a few healthy options for the week can prevent those impulsive choices that slow your progress, and it also makes eating healthy feel less like a chore and more like a natural part of your day. Another important part of fueling your body properly is listening to your hunger and fullness cues. Eating mindfully means paying attention to how your body responds to different foods, noticing when you feel satisfied, and avoiding overeating out of habit or boredom. Combining nutrient-dense foods with mindful eating creates a powerful habit loop that not only supports your weight and energy, but also improves digestion and helps your body absorb nutrients more effectively. Hydration also plays a key role in how your body processes food because water helps break down nutrients, supports metabolism, and keeps your organs functioning optimally. Pairing healthy eating with consistent hydration multiplies the benefits and makes you feel more energized throughout the day. You'll notice your skin looking better, your focus improving, and even your mood stabilizing when your body gets the fuel it needs. And the best part is that these habits don't require drastic changes. Small adjustments like swapping sugary drinks for water, adding an extra serving of vegetables to your lunch, or choosing whole grains instead of refined ones can make a big difference over time. It's also about creating a mindset that food is your ally, not your enemy, because when you start seeing it as nourishment instead of restriction, the stress around eating decreases and you naturally make better choices. Over time, consistent focus on whole, nutrient-rich foods builds a foundation that supports every other aspect of your health, from your energy levels to your workouts, to your ability to recover and stay consistent with other healthy habits. And it's the small, consistent choices that turn into lifelong patterns of eating that feel natural, sustainable, and enjoyable.
Movement is one of those habits that seems obvious, but most people underestimate just how much it impacts every part of their life, not just their body. You don't have to spend hours at the gym or become a professional athlete to benefit from regular movement. The key is consistency and making it a natural part of your day. Our bodies are designed to move, and when we stay sedentary for too long, it affects our energy, mood, focus, and even how well we sleep. Think about the times you've gone for a walk or done some stretching. How much more alert, energized, or even creative did you feel afterward? That's your body responding to movement in the way it was meant to. The beautiful thing about this habit is that it can take so many forms. It doesn't have to be a structured workout. Walking, climbing stairs, doing bodyweight exercises at home, dancing while you make dinner, or even playing with your kids or pets counts. The important part is that you move consistently throughout the week. Small bouts of activity add up, and over time, they create a huge impact on your overall health. One of the most overlooked benefits of consistent movement is how it boosts your mood naturally. Physical activity triggers the release of endorphins, your body's feel-good chemicals, which help reduce stress, improve focus, and make you feel happier without any external substances. That's why even a short walk outdoors can feel rejuvenating and shift your mindset, especially on a tough day. Another thing to consider is that moving regularly strengthens your muscles, joints, and bones, which supports long-term mobility and reduces the risk of injuries as you age. Even simple movements like stretching, yoga, or resistance exercises can have a huge impact on your posture, flexibility, and balance, which are often neglected when we spend hours sitting or standing in one position. Pairing movement with other habits like proper hydration, healthy eating, and sufficient sleep amplifies the results, creating a cycle of energy, focus, and overall wellness. One practical way to make this habit stick is to find something you genuinely enjoy, whether it's hiking, swimming, cycling, or a dance class. When movement feels fun, it stops being a chore and becomes something you look forward to. You can also integrate movement into your daily routine with little changes, like taking the stairs instead of the elevator, walking during phone calls, or parking farther away from the entrance. The idea is to reduce prolonged inactivity and make movement a seamless part of your day. Over time, consistent movement improves not just your physical strength, but your confidence, energy levels, and even mental clarity, making it easier to tackle other healthy habits and maintain them. The more you make movement a non-negotiable part of your day, the less you'll rely on motivation alone, because it becomes a habit that supports your entire lifestyle and positively affects everything from how your body feels, to how your mind works, to how you show up in life.
Sleep and stress management are two of the most underrated habits when it comes to living a healthy lifestyle, and yet they influence almost every part of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. So often, we think we can skimp on sleep or push through stress without consequence. But the truth is, poor sleep and chronic stress can sabotage all the other healthy choices you make. Lack of sleep affects your energy, mood, focus, and even your ability to recover from workouts or regulate your appetite. When you're running on a few hours of restless sleep, it's harder to concentrate, you make more impulsive food choices, and your body struggles to function at its best. Prioritizing sleep isn't just about lying in bed longer. It's about creating habits that improve the quality and consistency of your rest. Simple things like setting a regular bedtime, limiting screens an hour before bed, and keeping your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet can dramatically improve the depth of your sleep. Even small adjustments like dimming lights or practicing a few minutes of deep breathing before bed signal your body that it's time to relax and recover. Stress management goes hand in hand with sleep because chronic stress floods your body with cortisol, which disrupts sleep, weakens your immune system, and can even contribute to weight gain and fatigue. Developing daily habits to manage stress can make a huge difference in how you feel and how well you sleep. Mindfulness practices like meditation, journaling, or simply taking a few minutes to breathe deeply can calm your nervous system and help you respond to life more intentionally rather than reacting impulsively. Gratitude practices are another simple yet powerful tool. Reflecting on what you're thankful for shifts your focus away from negativity and reduces the mental load that contributes to stress. Even small moments throughout the day, like stepping outside for fresh air, going for a short walk, or listening to calming music, can help your body and mind decompress. The key is to make these practices consistent so they become part of your lifestyle rather than something you only do when you have time. Over time, the benefits compound. When you sleep well and manage stress effectively, your energy levels improve, your mental clarity sharpens, and your ability to stay consistent with other healthy habits increases. You start to notice subtle improvements, like feeling more focused at work, handling challenges calmly, and having the patience to make better food and exercise choices. It's a ripple effect that touches everything in your life, from your relationships to your productivity and even your long-term health. Making sleep and stress management a priority isn't indulgent, it's essential. When your body is rested and your mind is calm, you operate from a place of strength instead of depletion, and you naturally have more motivation, resilience, and confidence to take on the day. It's not about perfection or rigid routines. It's about creating an environment and habits that support deep rest and mental calm consistently so that your body, mind, and emotions can function optimally and you can show up as your best self in every part of your life.
When it comes to living a healthy lifestyle, one of the most important lessons you can learn is that sustainable change doesn't happen overnight, and trying to overhaul everything at once is a recipe for frustration and burnout. Most people fail not because they lack motivation or knowledge, but because they try to do too much too quickly and then get discouraged when they inevitably slip up. The key to lasting change is building habits gradually, focusing on small, intentional actions that you can maintain consistently over time. Think of it like planting seeds. You don't expect a tree to grow overnight, but with consistent watering, sunlight, and care, it flourishes and becomes strong. The same applies to your health. Instead of jumping into a strict diet, an intense workout schedule, or multiple new habits all at once, pick one habit to focus on first and make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. It could be as simple as drinking more water, walking 10 minutes a day, prepping meals in advance, or committing to a consistent sleep schedule. Once that habit feels natural and automatic, layer in the next one. This approach allows you to create momentum, build confidence, and experience tangible results without feeling overwhelmed. Another powerful aspect of building habits gradually is that it helps you develop discipline without relying solely on motivation, which can be inconsistent. Motivation comes and goes, but habits create structure, making it easier to show up even on days when you don't feel like it. It's also important to focus on progress over perfection, because waiting until everything is perfect is a trap that keeps you stuck in inaction. Every small step counts, and even when you make mistakes or have setbacks, what matters is getting back on track and continuing to move forward. Consistency over time compounds in ways that can completely transform your energy, health, and mindset, and the small victories you achieve along the way build confidence and reinforce the belief that you are capable of change. Tracking your progress, celebrating small wins, and adjusting as needed creates a feedback loop that keeps you motivated without adding unnecessary pressure. Another tip for building sustainable habits is to design your environment to support them, whether it's keeping healthy snacks visible, setting reminders to move, or creating a dedicated space for stretching or meditation. By making the healthy choice the easiest choice, you reduce friction and increase the likelihood of sticking with your new behaviors. Over weeks and months, these tiny, consistent actions accumulate into lasting lifestyle changes that feel natural and effortless rather than forced or temporary. Ultimately, the goal is not to chase perfection or extreme routines, but to create a foundation of habits that support your health, energy, and well-being for the long term, allowing you to live a balanced, fulfilling life that doesn't require constant struggle or willpower.
By focusing on small, sustainable habits and allowing them to grow gradually, you set yourself up for lifelong success, transforming your body, mind, and daily life in ways that are consistent, enjoyable, and truly lasting.